The first 2 weeks of the new school term in Hong Kong seem to be filled with pressure. The public broadly distrust the education authorities and have spontaneously sought ways to relieve stress. Ordinary citizens as well as charitable groups advocate stress relief, claiming that both students and parents need to vent their frustrations and then be encouraged. As a parent, my children's school handed out a leaflet this week aimed at teaching parents how to reduce stress. I must thank those benevolent people in society. However, the helpfulness of such messages depends on how parents put them into practice. What worries me more is that blindly following the leaflet's guidance will not make parents fulfill their responsibilities. The leaflet was issued by the Mental Health Foundation as the organizer and the Child Tai Fook Charitable Foundation as the sponsor. Its title, Parental Self-Care, urges parents to pay attention to the mental health. The leaflet is not just empty talk. It cites sources such as Murray Bowen's Family Systems Therapy, pointing out that parents' emotions affect their children's emotions, so parents must first care for themselves before caring for children. After establishing the theory, the leaflet introduces methods for emotional care based on Christine Neff's model of self-compassion, containing 3 main elements. Here are excerpts from the leaflet. Self-kindness. Face failures and difficulties with kindness and understanding towards yourself, rather than self-criticism. Every parent has their challenges, so when facing setbacks, be gentle with yourself instead of being overly critical or blaming yourself. Common humanity. Understanding that suffering is part of being human helps us accept difficulties as natural and feel less alone, making it easier to comfort and accept ourselves. Mindfulness. To practice self-compassion, first become aware of your emotions and observe your feelings and thoughts without judgment. Mindfulness helps keep calm when facing negative emotions, avoiding overreaction. When noticing self-criticism, pause and accept your imperfections to reduce overreactions. From this, the caring for oneself model promotes self-acceptance and warns against criticism. This might give perfectionists a way out from harmful, unattainable expectations. Perfectionists have their own psychological knots and blind spots, while reasonable self-criticism by ordinary people can be healthy reflection, so self-acceptance must not forbid all criticism. Psychological terms are often interpreted variably, leading to many different understandings of the same theory. For example, empathy has psychologists who define it as feeling others' feelings, and some also include understanding. This group recognizes empathy's role in community and moral judgment. Other psychologists disagree, seeing empathy as merely sharing feelings, which can trap both parties in problems without solving them. In popular use, empathy is explained in many varied and inconsistent ways. The MBTI 16 personality types test that is popular nowadays is a clear example of such an extreme. Returning to the leaflet encouraging parental self-care, phrases like self-kindness, self-criticism, self-acceptance, and maintaining calm allow for personal interpretation. Some think eating desserts and drinking beer when upset is self-kindness. Others think real care means tackling the problem at its root, and that unhealthy diet is not kind. Some say accepting oneself means admitting faults without pressing for change. Others say admitting faults is only the first step, and one must strive for improvement. Using the leaflet's language alone shows that different readers may reach very different understandings, leading to various actions. Whatever path one takes, the process of receiving, understanding, and interpreting information involves forming one's own ideas and excluding improper interpretations. That is critical thinking, criticism in one's mind. This is a word the leaflet's authors seem almost fearful of, while simultaneously both writer and readers are doing. Calling on parents to avoid self-criticism may be over-generous, treating everyone too leniently. As the Cantonese saying goes, punish a whole boat for one bamboo pole. Here is the opposite, letting a whole fleet of people go free. Nobody is perfect. Self-criticism is basic reflection. Avoiding self-criticism first indicates fear of it, which leads to stubbornness and no progress. Even if we take a step back, seeing many parents today have excessive demands on themselves and tend to be overly nitpicky. The problem lies in the unrealistic standards of good and bad, not in self-criticism itself. Imagine sincerely telling Miss Pang Wing-chi, mother of Clarice Poon, "Mom Poon, being a mother is hard. You tried your best to cheat and refuse to admit fault when exposed, but you only want success for your child. You must accept, care for, and embrace yourself, and not be like others who criticize you everywhere. You are still a good mother." If the Live Less writer said this, they wouldn't be a good counselor, but an excellent actor. Surely every parent needs improvement. In addition, many parents are unprepared when life's in disarray, yet still bring children into the world, passing on bad habits and distorted values, even causing social problems. Telling such parents to accept yourself and avoid criticism, whom to show mercy, whom to mistreat. The Live Less last page includes a 7-day Love Yourself challenge stating take care of yourself first to have the ability to care for others. With examples of parental self-care activities such as wearing nice clothes, sincerely encouraging oneself with phrases like, "I deserve love and care," and "I will take good care of myself." Looking at photos with children to reminisce about precious times, listing 3 strengths, walking 15 minutes while noticing surroundings, writing 3 things you are grateful for, etc. Reading this, I ceased thanking the benevolent people and began to doubt the intelligence of parents. I have not studied Christine Neff's theory in detail and dare not challenge it, nor heavily criticize the leaflet, but it clearly shows how today's culture of hugging stuffed animals, just encourage no criticism, and feelings and emotions above all, has become widespread, sometimes causing people to ignore actual problems. Reflecting on faults is not shameful, progress is inspiring. Avoiding and obliterating human potential, what kind of care is that? If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you support me on Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.